Hello and welcome to the very first vlog of Whateverthon. This month I'm joining into Whateverthon, or Whatever You Want-a-thon, which is a readathon during the entire month of June. Today is the first day of June and I am so excited to bring you into this first vlog. We are gonna have so much fun. This is my first readathon that I'm doing this year that has to do with points and tracking and being on teams. I am a little bit competitive when it comes to this sort of thing, so I'm on team Shelf Slayers, and if you are not familiar with the premise of the readathon and you'd be interested, feel free to go check it out. I'm going to put Maddie's video, which is the announcement to the whole readathon, explains how it works and what I'll be accomplishing here. It will be in the description and you should check it out. Like I said, I'm on Team Shelf Slayer and I have my own bingo board. Every team that's competing has their own bingo board and this is ours. I shall show it to you now. These are the prompts that you get to complete and you can earn points, complete bingos, and basically try and rack up as many points for your team as possible. I have pledged to read in the month of June 8 books. I'm going to be vlogging during the entire month of June, breaking it up into 4 different weeks, as well as I shall be doing a whole separate vlog for the 48-hour readathon that is happening June 12th, 13th, and 14th, maybe. So the first 2 books I want to talk about, I'm currently reading right now, and that would be Clockwork Angel by Miss Cassandra Clare. This is the first book to the Infernal Devices trilogy, and this is my first time reading this series. I was very much in the mood for something light fantasy. This is steampunk. It has lots of like romance tropes in it, and it's just very easy, super easy to digest. I started the day being 331 pages and now I'm at 368. So I'm loving this right now. I picked this up when I was totally in the mood for something YA, easy and quick to get through, and I have definitely been sucked in. It's quite good. The second book that I was currently reading, and I actually finished today, was the audiobook of The Paris Apartment by Miss Lucy Foley. This is a thriller and mystery book which follows our main character Jess as she goes to Paris to meet up with her brother, and upon arriving at his apartment building, she finds that he is no longer there. I checked out this audiobook. I heard that it was amazing. It has a full cast of characters. There's about 4 or 5 different perspectives in this book, and every single perspective has their own narrator. It was an absolute ride. Would I say it was like the best thriller I ever read? No, not even close. I tend to go for something a little more outlandish and ridiculous and speculative than that. But for what it was, which was a mystery and a little bit of thriller, I wouldn't really say that this book was super suspenseful. There was maybe 2 scenes that were like, oh, maybe got my heart racing a little bit, but it was okay. I gave it a solid 3 stars. If you are interested in the mystery thriller genre, this would be a great starting point for you. So really quickly, I'm going to throw the bingo board right up on the screen here and show you the 3 prompts that I have ticked off by reading and finishing The Paris Apartment today. The first being Spooky Book. This is a prompt that's specific to the Shelf Slayers. All of the prompts that you see in purple have to do with my team, and everyone else has a different prompt for those 5 squares. So Spooky Book checked off. I also decided to go with the and of a, what's the other one? And so all of that, I'm checking that off. The Paris Apartment, pretty easy. And then also the borrow a book prompt as well. So I borrowed this audiobook from the library, and there you go. So that is 1 book down. I was pretty impressed with that. I'm well on my way to finishing 8 books, and I will talk you through some of the other reading plans that I have when I make them. I don't know what audiobook I'll be picking up next. So for now, I'm gonna settle in and read my cozy fantasy. I do expect to finish this week, and I have no idea when I'm gonna read after that as well. So very few plans going on here, just vibes, just reading. Welcome to the vlog. I'm happy to have you. Hello, it's the next day, and I regret to inform you that I am tired. But this is a gosh dang readathon, and I am gonna buck up and read my book. But first, I'm gonna make myself a Moscow Mule. I don't have any lime, but I do have my vodka as well as my ginger beer. I have a 0 sugar one at the moment. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm normally more of a wine drinker. However, I don't have any with me, and I wanted something a little bit more summery. So this is like nice iced. It's fizzy, it's fresh feeling, it tastes nice. So I'm going to settle in with my drink. It's Friday. I am so happy right now. I just got off of work and I have big reading plans this weekend, but first off, I'm just going to play some Animal Crossing here and greet the evening, greet the weekend, and eat some junk food, and maybe later Jared and I are gonna watch another episode of Stranger Things. So yeah, great stuff on board for tonight. I'm very tired and so happy it's the weekend. So I will let you know, I've actually picked up another audiobook since the last time we talked about what I was reading. I am listening to Golden Sun by Pierce Brown on audio, and I've got a few plans of how we'll fit this into some prompts, but that's what I've been listening to for the past day today, and I started it yesterday. So I'm about to listen to some while I play Animal Crossing. Jared is back from grocery shopping. We're gonna watch some Stranger Things. Would you like to share your thoughts on Stranger Things so far? Do you like it? How do you feel?
I love it.
Love it?
It's the best show that I've ever seen. Ever.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
Yeah.
Good evening. I have migrated into the bedroom. We watched an episode of Stranger Things, and now it is time for me to settle in and read. I originally wanted to finish this book of Clockwork Angel tonight. I have about 60 pages left, and now I'm very tired, and I'm just going to read as far as I can, and I will finish it in the morning. Good morning. The sun is shining, coffee is brewing, and I'm about to finish Clockwork Angel this morning. Hello, it's the afternoon. I successfully finished Clockwork Angel, and I have migrated outside. It is a beautiful sunny day, as you can see, and I got a Kindle to work. This is my mom's, and this is about to change my reading habits immensely. So I've just started a romance called You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle, and I'll let you know how it goes. It's a tentative start, so we'll see. Hi, so as you know, I have been sitting outside reading. I am now 10% into my new romance book that I've just picked up. So this is You Deserve Each Other. I got it on loan from the library, and I've been eyeing this book for such a long time. It's been on my TBR, but I've never wanted to purchase it. So my loan came through, and I'm pretty pleased about that. I wanted to make some iced coffee with you guys because it is quite hot outside. I'm getting some sun. For those of you who don't know, I work in an office the whole week. And so anytime I have a weekend and it is as sunny as it is, I definitely need to get in the sun. Honestly, we're all just like houseplants with more complicated emotions. I definitely need the sun. It lifts my spirits, lifts my mood. So I'm happy to show you how I make my iced coffee. I have a French press. I always make coffee in a French press unless I am at my office, in which we have a Keurig. I prefer the taste of French press. I personally go for dark roasts. So what I do, this is still hot, and once I brewed this coffee, before I pushed it, I had the coffee and my almond milk in the freezer for 8 minutes to like officially cool everything down. This is still gonna be hot and gonna melt my ice. So as you can see, ice is melted. When I make iced coffee, I do use like a lot of creamer. When I drink hot coffee, it's pretty much black, and I'm just gonna keep adding. There we go. Gonna grab a straw. So this almond milk has like sweetener in it, so this is definitely a sweet coffee in my opinion, a lot sweeter than normal. And yeah, that's my iced coffee. Hi, so it's a little bit later in the day and I have made it to the first quarter of You Deserve Each Other, and I wanted to give you a quick update. So I'm liking it a lot so far. This is my first experience with a trope called lovers to enemies to lovers. So I've read enemies to lovers before, but this is my first time reading a book where the couple have actually been in love and then fallen out of love, and they're basically like enemies right now. Our main characters, Nicholas and Naomi, are engaged. Neither of them wants to back out of the wedding, even though they are not getting along and definitely should not get married, because whoever backs out of it has to pay for it. They're 3 months away from the wedding. Like, the stuff is booked, like the non-refundable deposits are down, like it's getting down to the wire here. And so it's essentially, it's giving me very much the beginning of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's also giving me Bride Wars, if you guys ever saw that movie with Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson, where they're like trying to basically like provoke each other into backing out of like their wedding day. So I'm enjoying it a lot so far. It's not like the best like situation to be in, and part of me is like yelling at them to just talk to each other and communicate, but for what it is, it's been very entertaining so far. I'm kind of obsessed. So I'm gonna take a little break now and cook some dinner. It's about 5 and Jared will be home. We'll probably go to the river later tonight. Jared really wants to fish, and now that I've got my Kindle hooked up, I can bring that and yeah, keep reading. We're at the river and Jared really wants to fish, and allegedly you have to wait until 8:30 before the fish come out on this river, and we're here. It's 8:12 and hopefully we'll be ready to go in about 20 minutes. Hi, hello. I am joining you from the river this Saturday evening. It's a pretty wild night for us, obviously. I've been reading You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle, and I kind of love it a lot. So I'm 45% of the way through this book. I have absolutely been flying through it this evening and this afternoon, and I'm pretty impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. So essentially what is happening is Nicholas and Naomi are at war. Nicholas's mother, Naomi's potential future mother-in-law, is a really key player here. So Naomi really does not get along with Nicholas's mom. She is extremely shallow, focused on appearances, focused on perception. She wants you to look the part, dress the part, and act the part, and pump out the babies, and she's really old school, very southern, almost in her conservative ways, and Naomi's not about that. So anyways, that has become a central point of their contingencies, their like fights basically. However, we have seen one or two moments between Naomi and Nicholas that is just like very empathetic and goofy and silly. You can definitely, we're starting to get the vibe that they like really built something on a foundation that worked well for them, and something happened, I think, with Naomi, and that she wasn't ready to really open up. So anyways, we're getting down into the nitty gritty. It's still feeling a little like surface level, a little goofy, a little silly. The banter is great. I'm all about it. So yeah, I'm eating it up. I'm really impressed. I've almost read half a book today. So, oh, and I finished Clockwork Angel this morning. So we're doing great, yes. Okay, it is, we're once again here at the river. Not much will look like it's changed for you, but a whole day has passed. I went to the lake and was on my friend's boat, and now Jared and I are back at the river because he wants to keep fishing. I've done little to no reading today, one chapter of You Deserve Each Other, but I do have my e-reader with me, and I'm about to settle in and do a little bit of reading while here at the river. my beautiful friends, that brings me to the end of this very first week of Whateverthon. Quick wrap up for what I was able to read. I started this month by finishing the Paris apartment, which is very exciting, and I promptly went on to start Golden Sung via audiobook. I'm probably around 30% of the way through this book, and I'm taking this into next week with me. Next, my physical reads, I was able to finish the last quarter of Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This steampunk urban fantasy YA trilogy is just exactly what I need right now. I think the writing in it was pretty amateur. I wouldn't say that this had the best plot or anything like that. It did have some very cheesy moments as well as some very info dumpy moments. Other than that though, highly entertaining, very easy to get into, easy to digest. I was just flying through this book and I absolutely loved it. So honestly, I had a great time, a great introduction to the series, and I ended up giving this 3 stars. So my last read that I'll talk about that I got to was You Deserve Each Other, and I started this on Kindle, as you saw, and I got about 50% of the way through this book, and I'm loving it so far a lot. I definitely was into the idea of having a romance on deck for me right now. I have no idea which prompt this book is gonna fill for me. I just felt like reading it. Binks, what are you doing, Nugget? Are you gonna sit right there? Did not take you long to make an appearance in these videos. So you're gonna be joined by Binks for the rest of the video, but essentially that's what I read this week. I enjoyed myself. It was such a good time. Whateverthon is a really good readathon. Please join in if you haven't already, and yeah, that's all I got for you. If you enjoy other bookish content like this, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you, and other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!